they may not be the group that give you the quickest wins, but they need the extra support.
It's their only chance, otherwise they remain trapped.
The DCSF is piloting in primary schools an initiative called Extra Mile. It's designed to improve outcomes for children from low-income families by disseminating good practice.
Extra Mile is targeted primarily at children on free school meals, though it also looks at young carers, looked after children and other disadvantaged groups. And I think the reason for this is that we know from various pieces of research that free school meals children lack some of the opportunities in their home life, in the material benefits that they have and the experiences that they have that schools really need to tackle before they can progress with the learning as well as other children.
Many of the 37 primary schools currently involved in the pilot are in areas not perhaps immediately associated with deprivation, such as seaside towns.
Often it's those children who are in relatively affluent schools but themselves come from deprived families that do worse even than those who are in a more generally disadvantaged area.
Extra Mile schools like Westborough Primary in Southend recognise that many pupils have limited experience of their immediate locality.
I want you to run around the beach. I want you to find as many shells as you can, and I want you to come back and put them in the right bucket. Can you do that? Yeah!
A lot of the children, you might assume if they live by the seaside, come to the beach. That isn't actually true, and to actually give them the opportunity to find out the creatures that live here and how we can take care of it is really important for us as a school and as a community in Southend.
And I found a shell with what was closed up and I couldn't even open it, and I think it was a cockle inside.
We've dug for things, we've looked for things, we've done scavenger work, we've done a project on mermaids, we've done an awful lot of different things.
With a little ingenuity, even a history lesson can be taught on the beach.
We've done lots of work on the Great Fire of London, and we know that people had to work together, didn't they?
Yeah.
So we're going to actually practice pretending to put out a fire. Come on, that fire's burning, London's burning. Well done, this team, working very well. Come on, Simona, go, go, go. All right, very good pouring there, Tyler. Okay, bucket down, run to the end. Good done! Well done, your group! So you did really, really well there. It's a shame you weren't around to help them when it was the Great Fire of London.
If you come out of this from under the shell...
A mile away from the seafront, an older group of Westborough pupils are turning a previously neglected corner of the playground into woodland.
Today we was introducing the children to saws and sawing. We start by giving them an explanation of what a saw does and how it works and how to use it safely.
We're going to put the saw on the wood we're going to cut, and we're going to push our hand all the way through the frame. Okay, that way, if the saw jumps or misses, we're not going to injure ourselves. And then we start to cut.
Again, taking the classroom outdoors has proved especially beneficial to the Extra Mile pupils from low-income families.
Come on, put your back into it. It's hard, isn't it? Yes.
It's really important that children who don't have a garden do have a chance to go outside and experience the outdoors, even if it's in such a small space as this.
It's about not making assumptions about the experiences that children are having in their homes already and making sure that the full range of experiences are available to them.
Much further from the sea, Thongsley Fields Primary is located in a large deprived council housing estate built on the outskirts of an otherwise affluent Huntington.
The challenges that families face often are around alcohol and drug abuse and interfamily disputes and domestic violence. So those kind of things we see on the estate here, as you would in maybe a more urban area.
Our Extra Mile schools are often based in quite disadvantaged communities, but they don't try and shut themselves off from those communities, quite the opposite. They're very much engaged with the culture and the language and the aspirations of the communities they sit in.
Thongsley Fields Day begins with a well-attended free breakfast club. This was started after a pupil told the head teacher that what he had had for breakfast was toothpaste.
At which point I thought, we need to do something about this. I didn't think we need to go the extra mile. I thought we need a breakfast club and it needs to be free and for all. And now we've got over 100 children on the register for Breakfast Club.
I had toast for breakfast. I'm having cereal and toast. Jam and toast and oranges. Mumbai and jam. I like it because you get to chat to your friends and you get to learn. Because you get to have your breakfast and you don't have to make it yourself.
Having dropped their kids off for breakfast, Thongsley Fields parents are then tempted to attend family learning classes. Today, it's a cookery lesson designed to improve math skills so that parents can help with homework.
All the ingredients are on the tables behind me, both sides. But bear in mind, this is all about what the children get out of it. So it's making them do as much as they can of it.
You've got to wait till that gets on 350, okay?
Okay.
And that's 100 grams of butter.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's enabling them to have the confidence to go home and help their children. That's what it's all about, really. It's kind of, sometimes they need to acquire the skills to be able to do that. Sometimes they need to work on their relationship with their child to be able to do that.
But why do parents need extra family learning courses to help with maths homework?
It's because it's totally changed from how I was taught. I mean, they do like little loops and what is that about?
So when he comes home with homework, I'll be able to help him because it's a bit double Dutch. I learn it a lot different to the kids. So that's why I come here.
I think, to be honest, if these courses didn't run, there would be an awful lot of children with homework who had no help.
Back at Westborough Primary in Southend, lessons finish at 1:30 and are followed by an extraordinary range of free clubs largely run by teachers and teaching assistants. Over a 6-week period, pupils can learn karate,
1, good, block it out,
or sewing, have their face painted,
make them into zombies, don't we?
or they can learn a musical instrument without having to pay for private lessons. These extra mile clubs are intended to give children from low-income backgrounds the same opportunities as richer kids, whilst also raising aspirations.
Look at that, it's beautiful.
They're getting access to things that they wouldn't necessarily get at home and their parents may not be able to afford.
They mix with children from different age groups, so they get confidence in dealing with each other, and they can use materials and have the expertise of staff to whom they would not normally get access.
Key to the success of Westborough's award-winning chess club is local resident Eddie.
It's a chance to give these children the opportunity to learn chess, which they would normally never get in schools. They need the extra, they need confidence, they need their confidence building. Most of them are in an environment where there's drugs, the streets are filthy. Well, they need cheering up when they come here, do they? They need to get away from all that.
Monitoring the impact of running a myriad of after-school clubs as part of the school's Extra Mile project can be tricky, since the learning outcome is not necessarily quantifiable.
So a number of them are looking at attitudinal surveys at the beginning and the end of the programme. Teachers are making assessments about improvements in their vocabulary, their attitude. They're asking them about their aspirations at various points in the year to see how things change.
When I grow up, I either want to be a teacher or a hairdresser.
We're collecting case study information. We're collecting termly progress reports. Quite light touch, but we're very interested to see where the schools think they're going to go. Have they put in place the right tracking? Have they got a clear idea of the outcomes that they're really after for these children?
As part of its Extra Mile monitoring, Westborough Primary has introduced a personal learning passport to record pupils' attainment and life skills. It will be useful when the pupil moves school, but it also highlights any need for additional help now.
Do you actually know your alphabet?
They are virtually dealt with on a one-to-one basis, and it picks up on areas that perhaps they're a bit shaky on.
let's have a look at these puzzles. The first one over there, the beach. What season do you think that is?
It's in winter.
And that just gets them to swim faster. They go back in the class, they've got the confidence, they go with it.
Well, good morning everybody. How are we all today?
Back at Thongsley Fields Primary, going the extra mile with the targeted group can involve helping them learn how to articulate their feelings.
Today we're going to start, as we usually do, with our faces. Okay, so you could choose to tell us something that's making you feel sad, or something that's making you feel happy, or something that's making you feel cross.
I'm happy because today after school, straight away, my mum said I could go to my friend Camilla's and we're going to have a lot of fun.
It's to allow the children opportunity to express their own feelings, and the cards just give them something a framework to pin it on.
Sad because on Monday I get trouble because I was kicking and hurting somebody.
If they're in a position of anxiety or they're feeling stirred up and angry about something, they're not in a position to learn. So if we can help them to settle themselves down and hear what they have to say about these things that have happened to them, then they're ready to go back to class and learn about the Egyptians or whatever their class are learning this day.
Let's burn the skull and let his spirit burn in hell.
Because some pupils may have few opportunities for imaginative play at home, at Thongsley Fields there is an unusual emphasis on role play at school.
We had sacrificed an animal and we were burning its spirit so it wouldn't suffer whilst it was being sacrificed to the gods.
Well, we've developed role play that runs right through from nursery up to year 6. Initially it's because we wanted to develop good language because the children have a very limited vocabulary and we wanted to develop that. But also within the classroom's 4 walls it extends experiences that the children haven't had.
Who would like a cup of tea? I would please. What gorgeous bowls these are.
If you ask our children sometimes what you've done at half term, they might have gone to Tesco's. Well, if you ask them what they've done today, they've been in a cave or in a tree house, or they've been to Japan and made a cup of tea.
Extra Mile is a very broad initiative. It is structured around good practice developed at a wide range of primary schools. While several of the emerging themes, such as the benefits of parental engagement and curriculum enrichment through after-school clubs, were not too surprising, one finding was unexpected. Employing local staff boosted pupil attainment significantly.
I've come from I would be classed as quite a deprived area in Essex.
The children can see someone standing in front of them in class who speaks like they do, who knows their cultural references, who understands the sorts of issues that they're bringing to school every day.
I've got the empathy with children that haven't been given everything, therefore I know what they need.
So if schools want to give their pupils a better break, how should they go about it?
Start small, believe you can do it, make sure that your staff are committed and behind you, they understand why they're doing it, and just go for it.